Hey, business minds and money mavericks. Welcome to the Business Mind Talks channel. Today, we're diving into the world of personal finance with a name you might already know, Dave Ramsey. Now, Dave's a figure who inspires strong reactions. Some love his tough love approach and practical advice, while others find him a bit intense. But whether you're a Ramseyite or not, there's one thing we can all agree on: he's got a knack for building wealth. And today, we're going to explore some of the lesser-known secrets, or at least less talked about, behind his success and the success of his millions of followers. So, buckle up, folks. We're about to unlock some financial wisdom that might just change your life. Dave Ramsey's philosophy isn't about fancy investment strategies or get-rich-quick schemes. It's about building wealth the old-fashioned way, through hard work, discipline, and living below your means. His famous baby steps plan provides a clear roadmap for anyone looking to get out of debt, save for the future, and achieve financial freedom. But beyond the 7 steps, there are some underlying principles that truly power the Ramsey revolution. Secret number 1, the psychology of wealth. It's not just about the numbers, folks. Ramsey emphasizes the importance of our relationship with money. He teaches us to identify and break unhealthy spending habits, challenge our entitlement mentality, and cultivate a grateful heart.
Now, I'm not here to tell you money will make you happy, and I'm certainly not a quote-unquote prosperity gospel guy. But money's not evil either. It's not in Scripture. The Bible doesn't say that money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. What I have discovered now 30 years later is that money makes you more of what you already are. It magnifies the good and exposes the bad brightly. If you have a temper and you get money, Lord, help the people around you. You will be a rageaholic tyrant. I mean, you will be out of control. If you are generous and give and you get money, you'll become what the world calls a philanthropist, and you will impact entire communities with the wealth that God allows you to manage. You become more of what you are. And some of the people around you, when you get money, become more of what they are. Like the crazy in your family gets crazier. And listen, let me just tell y'all, every family has crazy. And if you think there's not crazy in your family, that means it's you. This is how it works, you guys. And so we were blowing and going. Everything was so good. We were cooking. And I had done some stupid stuff. How many of y'all ever do something stupid with money? How many of you that didn't raise your hand have a problem with lying? All of us have done some stupid stuff with money, and I had borrowed too much money. I had $4 million worth of real estate, but I had $3 million worth of debt on it. It was on short-term notes because I was flipping these houses before there was cable TV to tell you how. And so we're just chugging along. The bank gets sold to another bank, and a guy in another city looked down and said, there's a kid, 26 years old, owes us millions of dollars. Let's limit this relationship, which is banker talk for ruin his life. And they called our notes. The short version of the story is we spent the next 2.5 years of our life losing everything we owned. We were sued. We were sued so much, we're on a first-name basis with the guy with the sheriff's department bringing the lawsuit papers. A little pink slip thing, and Sharon's like making him cookies. Hey, Errol, how's it doing today? Just good, Miss Sharon, here's you another one. And so, I mean, it was just like coming at us like crazy. We had a brand new baby and a toddler. Our marriage was hanging on by a thread. Because you can have some money fights now. You can have fights, but in a marriage, you can have some money fights. Number 1 cause of divorce, number 1 cause of disagreement in America today, money fights. Now, we didn't get a divorce, we held on to each other, but sometimes it was just to get a better grip. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? She's from East Tennessee, the hills of East Tennessee, and frying pan throwing there is an Olympic event. Finally, after standing in the shower, it was so hot in my face I could hardly stand. I was just standing there and cry because I was so scared I couldn't breathe. Year after year, month after month. Finally, we were bankrupt. So I met God on the way up, but I got to know him on the way down.
Secret number 2, debt is the enemy. Ramsey is a fierce opponent of debt, and for good reason. He views it as a financial anchor that weighs you down and keeps you from reaching your full potential. His aggressive debt elimination strategies, like the debt snowball, have helped millions break free from the cycle and start building real wealth.
So here's the thing. It's not necessarily what Dave Ramsey thinks. I happen to be the aggregator of the information, meaning I've gathered the information over 30 years of walking with people, with millionaires and billionaires and broke people. So I have a lot of data, a whole lot more than your broke brother-in-law with his opinion, or the idiot you were playing golf with yesterday and his opinion. Our data says that the shortest direction, the shortest distance between you and wealth is having no debt. Our data comes from researching millionaires in detail, formal research projects, having had 5 million families go through Financial Peace University, having answered 15 hours of questions on this show for coming up on 30 years now, having read the Bible and what it says about money, and there's no time in there that it says student loans are a good idea or a mortgage is a good idea. So get out of debt. If you hate it, and I'm wrong, you can go back in debt.
Secret number 3, intentional living. It's not just about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. Ramsey encourages us to be intentional with our spending, prioritize our needs over wants, and avoid lifestyle inflation. By living below our means, we create surplus that can be used to pay off debt, invest in the future, and build true financial security.
And he's set, for the rest of his life. But instead, you got to have some kind of a percentage, some kind of a guideline that says, this is how much I'm going to spend, otherwise you'll spend it all. And a saver will save it all. And a giver will give it all. And it all is a mistake. You should always be doing some of all 3. Always be a giver, always be a saver investor, always be enjoying your money. And you can do small percentages of enjoyment if you have a huge income, and have great joy. Get to do some pretty cool stuff if you live on 5% of $10 million. I mean, it's not a bad life, Doesn't take much. Doesn't take much percentage to spend on you to have a great life. So that's where you get to when you get into the baby step 7 and beyond stuff. And you're right on your...
Now, before we continue unraveling the secrets of financial success, I want to share an exciting opportunity with you. If you're eager to implement these financial success strategies into your own life, consider checking out our exclusive online courses. The Cashflow Academia. Designed to empower you on your journey to wealth creation. These courses provide step-by-step guidance, practical tips, and real-world applications. Elevate your financial IQ and start building your path to success today. Check the link in the description for more details, and enroll now. Let's continue unlocking the secrets to financial success.
And let us continue with the secret number 4. Change your life. Dave's no stranger to transformation. He went from broke and drowning in debt to a multimillionaire, all thanks to a radical change in his life. And he believes everyone has the power to do the same.
Guys, I want you to understand something. The way you win with money is you begin to control your behaviors. It's the only variable you can control. You have to change the person in your mirror. You got to have that moment, like my friend Les Brown, the great motivator, says, where you finally say, I've had it. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I've had it. And when you have that moment, only then are you ready to change. I just previewed a video that we're going to put up on our channel soon. You guys are going to want to watch it. This guy lost 400 pounds. You know why he did it? Because he almost died. He was over 600 pounds. He almost died. And he said, I've had it. He's laying in the intensive care and going, this has got to change. This is no longer funny. And when you look up and you make $50,000 a year and you're 33 years old, you have $70,000 in student loan debt, there is no freaking trick here. There is no little technique. There's no Detanol pill you can take, debt version of Tylenol. I'll just pop 2 of these and my debt will go away. There's no little company that you can pay a fee to that's going to make your life okay. You got to go freaking bananas. You got to go so crazy with your get out of debt plan that your family thinks you need counseling and your broke friends are making fun of you. By the way, if your broke friends are making fun of your financial plan, you're on track. Broke people are making fun of your financial plan. Get the point. You got to get upset about this. There's some visceral passion that's involved. Stupidity has a gravitational pull. It will hold you in an orbit. And the only way to break out of an orbit from that gravitational pull is there has to be this all-at-once focused intensity burst of energy. And you can break out of the centrifugal pull, the orbital pull of gravity. That's how you break an orbital pull. Stupid has a gravitational pull. It will pull you down to stupid every time. The only way you break away from stupid is you got to get pissed off. It requires an explosion. Boom! I'm going to change my life. 2014 is my year. I'm not going to live like the rest of these idiots that are around me. I'm looking at them going, you're a bunch of sheep. You all look alike. Car payment to car payment, credit card to credit card, student loan to student loan. I'm going to be in debt my whole life. I'm going to suck my thumb and hope the government, which is well known for its ability to handle money, will take care of me when I retire. I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to change my life. That's how you change your life. It's not an intellectual exercise, except that it is an act of your will. Because you don't actually have to be laying in intensive care to get that being 600 pounds is a bad idea. You don't have to be on the verge of bankruptcy to get that $70,000 in student loan debt is the gravitational pull of stupid. And I got to get away from stupid because stupid equals broke and desperate. And I don't want to live my whole life this way. I'm going to change this mess. It's not a pleasant discussion. It's blood and guts and sweat. It's messy. It smells. It's not fun. You're tired because all you do is work. You work like a bananimal, man. You're going nuts. You just work like 16 jobs. You work like no one else so that later, you work like no one else. You pay a price. You live like no one else so that later, you get to live and give like no one else. But if all you do is drive around in a stupid car that you can't afford, living in a house you can't afford, buying purses and dresses and pants and jeans and hats that you can't afford, going on vacations that you can't afford. What do you think you are, freaking in Congress? Congress can't even do this, but they're doing it. Are you going to live your life with this facade of stupidity and continue to think it's okay? Don't go into intensive care to figure it out. Don't do what I did. Don't go into bankruptcy because I lost everything because I was so amazingly stupid with zeros on the end. I've done it. I know what it looks like. You don't have to do that. You can get the idea that normal is looking good and completely freaking broke in this country, and that is not okay anymore. I don't give a rip how you look or what you drive. And I really don't want to hear about your freaking vacation that you went on that you can't afford. I know you can't afford it because you didn't pay for it. And I don't want to hear about I need to see my mommy. Oh, shut up. You're a grown-up. Tell your mommy to get her butt in the car and drive to see you. You got work to do. You got to clean up your freaking mess. This is how you get out of debt. You have to get this thing going down inside of you that I'm displaying here. It requires a level of passion. gravitational pull of stupid will hold you in that orbit for the rest of your life, and you will look like the rest of the sheep. Unless you do something about it. So you got to get completely unglued, man. You got to bust out of this orbital pull. You have to kick it in gear like you've never kicked it in gear in your life. And if you will live like no one else, I will make you a promise. Later, you'll get to live like no one else. I don't want to drive that car. Hey, I didn't want to drive that car either, but I drove it. I drove like no one else. Now you know what I do? I drive like no one else, and I make no apologies for it. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my ankle. I'm going to drive a nice car because I paid a freaking price to get to do that. And I'm okay with that. And some of you aren't, and that's okay with me because I don't really exist for my critics. See, you kind of get an attitude going right before you start winning. This is how it works. This is how you get out of debt. It's not an intellectual exercise. It's not a formula. And it's not a little pill you take. You got to look in the mirror and say, I'm done with you, stupid. You're changing.
Whether you're a Ramsey devotee or simply curious about his wealth-building secrets, the one thing everyone can take away is this: achieving financial freedom is possible. It doesn't require a six-figure income or a degree in finance. It requires commitment, discipline, and a willingness to challenge your beliefs about money. Thanks for watching. If you found this video a helpful one, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.